Bharat Heritage Organization brings to you the Divya Desam and its history. Daily one Divya Desam. A Divya Desam or Vaishnava Divya Desam is one of the 108 Vishnu temples that are mentioned in the works of the Alvars or the saints. Divya means divine and Desam indicates the place of abode. Of the 108 temples, 105 are in India, one is in Nepal, and the last two are believed to be outside the earthly realms. In India, there are spread over states of Tamil Nadu, 84 of them, Kerala, 11 of them, Andhra Pradesh, 2 of them, Gujarat, 1 of them, Uttar Pradesh, 4 of them, Uttarakhand, 3 of them. Muktinath in Saligramam is the only Divya Desam in Nepal. The Divya Desams are revered by the 12 Alvars in the Divya Prabandham, which is a collection of 4,000 Tamil verses. Come, let's see the Divya Desams and its history. The Divya Desam 1. Srirangam. The word Thiruvarangam by itself means a land of flora and fauna, where river Kaveri flows through the blessed land. When once river Kaveri got flooded, it accumulated heaps of sand and left behind the sand mounds after the flood rained. The sand mound area was called Thiruvarangam or Srirangam. Srirangam denotes Sri Ranganayaki Sameda Sri Ranganatha Swami. According to Divya Desam, Srirangam is believed to be the Vaikuntham on earth or heaven on earth. The Vaishnavas believe that visiting Srirangam at least once in their lifetime is very important. Now let's get to know how did they discover Srirangam and how did Sri Ranganatha Swami come here. The story revolves around like this. One day, Lord Vishnu decided to witness Lord Brahma doing his rituals to gain wisdom from Satyalokam. He travels in a water bubble seated on top of Adisesha, the snake head. As soon as he reached Satyalokam, the water bubble breaks and the water starts to flow on all directions. Brahma, on realizing the presence of Lord Vishnu in that water bubble, decides to worship the water bubble to honor him. This goes on for a while, when one day Sri Ranganatha Swami comes out of the water bubble along with all the devas surrounding Lord Vishnu lying on Adisesha. And this is how Srirangam came into existence. Let us get a little deeper into detailing of this Puranical story. A very powerful king named Ishvaku was born into the Surya Vamsam, was ruling Ayodhya. He was known for his powerful penance. He came to know about how Lord Brahma was blessed by Lord Mahavishnu for his devotion. And now he wanted to be blessed by Lord Vishnu too. So he decided to do his penance by worshipping the water bubble the way Lord Brahma worshipped, and he reaches Satyalokam. Moved by the strength of his penance, Lord Vishnu blesses him with his appearance along with all the devas. Lord Brahma asks the king Ishvaku, how much does Lord Vishnu mean to him? To which the king replied, worshipping Lord Vishnu is the sole purpose of his life. The king asks Brahma if he can be gifted the idol of Lord Ranganatha. Lord Brahma, moved by his devotion, gifts him the idol of Lord Ranganatha. The king takes Lord Ranganatha happily to Ayodhya. They worship for 10 generations. King Dasharatha and his son Lord Rama also worshipped Lord Ranganatha in Ayodhya. When Lord Rama, along with Hanuman, had to go to Sri Lanka to rescue Sita from Ravana, Ravana's brother Vibhishana, who felt bad for Sita and Lord Rama, goes against his brother to help Rama to rescue Sita. Appreciating Vibhishana's support, Rama invites him to Ayodhya for his Pattabhishekam. While in Ayodhya, when one day Lord Rama and Sita decided to show around Ayodhya to Vibhishana, they came across Lord Ranganatha. Mesmerized in the divine presence, King Vibhishana requested Rama by asking if he can have the idol of Lord Ranganatha, to which Lord Rama and Sita agreed. While giving the idol, Lord Rama warned Vibhishana not to place Lord Ranganatha on the ground because he is from Satyalokam, and when placed in the ground, he will become immovable. So, keeping that in mind, carry him very carefully in your hand. Meanwhile, there is a huge argument between River Ganga and River Kaveri about who is the best, and Lord Brahma declares Ganga as the best. So Kaveri, who is very upset and angry, comes to Lord Vinayaka or Lord Ganesha for support. Lord Ganesha asks Kaveri to come to Thiruvarangam or Srirangam and wait. He also promises Kaveri that she will get her moksha. Lord Vinayaka takes a form of little boy and comes to visit Lord Kaveri. As it was a hot summer afternoon, King Vibhishana, who was on his way to Sri Lanka, comes across this beautiful forest and spots River Kaveri. Being a hot sunny day, he decided to take a break and refresh. But he is in a situation where he cannot keep the idol down as warned by Lord Rama. He sees this little boy, Ganesha, and asks him to hold Lord Ranganatha and also asks him to hold it on top of his head. The boy agrees. He keeps waiting and waiting for King Vibhishana. Not being able to hold the weight of the idol any longer, the boy places the idol down in a way the feet of the Lord Ranganatha touches the ground. As soon as the idol of Lord Ranganatha touched the ground, as promised by Lord Ganesha, River Kaveri attains moksha. Lord Vinayaka, who took the form of the little boy, now transforms into his original form and blesses Kaveri with the deserving fame and importance. The Vinayaka who came to Srirangam to support Kaveri is called the Uchi Pillayar. The place where Kaveri splits into Kollidam turns out to be in the west in the direction of Lord Ranganatha's feet and his head placed in the direction of east and the face of the god faced in the direction of Sri Lanka. Now, Vibhishana is not able to lift the statue. Knowing his situation, a king from a nearby kingdom called as Mutarasu, who is known for his dharma and from the Chora dynasty, comes to visit Lord Ranganatha. He requested King Vibhishana that he would like to worship the idol for 10 days and then he will send the idol to Sri Lanka. But after 10 days, he changes his mind and requests King Vibhishana to leave the statue behind and he will build a temple for Lord Ranganatha. and worship him. But Vibhishana refuses and says that the idol was given to him and he cannot give it to him, and tries to lift it. But he is not able to move. While he was trying so hard to lift the idol, an Asariri, or the divine voice, appears and says, Vibhishana, you lead to Sri Lanka. I will remain here in this holy land where my face will face Sri Lanka. The sun will rise above my head and the sun will set towards my feet. So, coming back to the start of the story, after one such floods of river Kaveri, the idol god disappeared in the sand mounds. This statue was found by a Chola king named Killivalavan. He decided to build a temple for Lord Ranganatha. The temple was designed to be built in 156 acres of land with 7 huge walls, along with 13 different water tanks around the temple. But the king was not able to finish the Gopuram. Later, in 1977, Ahobila Madam decided to complete the construction of the temple. So 1986, with the help of so many other kings and people, the most beautiful temple in South India was completed after 8 years. The Gopuram of this temple is 236 feet, having 13 level and 13 kalasam, beautifully painted and decorated. That's the present Gopuram we see today. I hope you all enjoyed the grand history of Sri Rangam, the Bhuloka Vaikuntham.